Hello, my name is Kirok Forrest Saviano, and I have a tale to tell you. For the past 2 years I've worked for a man named Dr. Ozymandias Finch, and it is he that my tale is about. Dr. Finch hired me to be his assistant 2 years ago. I took the job eagerly. Had I known what it entailed, I most likely would have quit and moved out of the country. Looking back, I'm supremely glad I didn't. Dr. Finch is one of the founders of a secret organization that calls itself the Jedi Order. It was formed after a small group of seemingly completely different strangers became aware of what they now simply call the Force. This Force connects all living things. It allows those sensitive to it to control their environment in amazing ways. It also gives them almost precognitive abilities and it enables them to feel one another no matter where in the world they are. This Jedi Order believed not only in strengthening the mind but also the body, so all of its members trained extensively in martial arts and swordplay, their favorite weapon being the saber. Besides being a member of the Jedi Order, Dr. Finch is also a world-renowned scientist and is currently working on designs for a ship that he believes will be able to travel in what he calls hyperspace. I've seen Dr. Finch do some amazing things, such as the time he saved a small coastal town from an erupting volcano, or the time he levitated 2/2 of a sinking ship, or the time he stopped an alien invasion. But the tale I'm about to tell you, though maybe not the grandest, is the most important one of all. This day started as most others do. I woke up, took a shower, and then realized I was late. I rushed from my apartment and jumped on my bike, pedaling towards the university. The sky was blue and the air was crisp. It was a truly wonderful morning. And yet, I had a strange feeling something was going to happen. After rushing down the halls leading towards the laboratory, I stopped outside the door and took a moment to compose myself. I opened the door to find Dr. Finch already hard at work, which wasn't an uncommon occurrence. Dr. Finch looked up at me and asked, "Would you like to see something extraordinary?" "Of course," I eagerly replied. "Close the door and shut the blinds," he said, a giant grin on his face. And when it was done, and I looked over towards Dr. Finch, I noticed he had a strange metal object in it. Last week I was attempting to create a more efficient lasing crystal, when I discovered that one of my prototype crystals had a very peculiar property, he said as he pointed to a hole in the wall. When supplied with enough energy, this crystal produced a plasma of incredible heat and intensity. And so, obviously, I refined it so that with only a minute amount of power, I could replicate my results. Through further experimentation, I discovered that this plasma is very easily controlled by magnetic fields. And I was struck by an idea. You see, the Order has been looking for a symbol. Something that would make us stand out. Something that would let everyone we meet know who we are. It was at this moment that Dr. Finch pressed a button on the metal object in his hand, and a brilliant green beam shot out of the end, facing away from him. But instead of flying into the wall, this green beam stopped about 3 feet away and stayed there, humming quietly. "The magnetically controlled plasmatic saber," he announced triumphantly. "Catchy name," I replied. "Well, it's a work in progress," Dr. Finch replied. Well, I am doing a basement vlog right now because, well, it's a little complicated, but I'm in the basement right now. This is where I've done most of my filming and editing. What you just saw was only part of my story because I cannot fit all of it. It's fairly long. So the rest is on my personal channel. So if you were at all interested by that first part, go ahead and watch it. Alright, so this is going to be my last video until I get moved down to Texas and get my internet back. So, Jason, aka Crimson Crimsong19, and Liz's friend Anna, who does that, who is the other half of Lulz. They will be switching off while I'm gone. So I don't really have time to respond to you guys' video. I've been extremely busy today. This is probably going to be late. Might be overtime. I do want to say, though, for my long 4-week, perhaps, hiatus, that I will miss you guys extremely. A lot. I will miss you guys a lot. You guys are awesome. You're made of win. And DFTBA while I'm gone. Also, I don't know if you can even see me right now, but if you can, you should know I'm doing half of a heart. My other hand is holding the camera, and it's sort of doing half of a heart. You can't really tell, but it is. So I'll miss you guys. I'll miss you guys a lot. I'll see you hopefully in 3 weeks, or 2 weeks maybe, but hopefully in 3 weeks. Perhaps 4 weeks though. So, guess that's all for right now. You guys are awesome. Much love. Adios.